Hey guys, Angry Old Man here. Well, I'm actually down here in Cass at the Scenic Railroad. We ran a 5K here, and guys, this is a little gem of a town and a race. It's a state park, obviously, but it's a bit of a gem, just sort of in the rough for for running just a fun, good time like 5K. Now, it's basically about 3 hours away from home base, so you kind of got to ask yourself, is it really worth it to come all the way down here for a 5K? And yeah, I got to say it was fun, and yes, it was small. There's more just just a fun sort of spirit about it, not hyper competitive. We ran it today. Emily was of course, overall winner, and I was behind her for a second place overall, but first place male. And just a good time, not hyper competitive. Marina took an age group award here today, so again, lots of fun. Lots of things to see. Of course, we saw the old steam choo-choo train, and went and looked around in the company store, which had souvenirs and stuff like that. But we got a 3-hour drive to get back home, and I will debrief more when I get home. Hey guys, we made it back home. That was a long trip. I think that's the furthest I've ever traveled for a 5K, short of like when Emily was in high school and we went to like some place way up north for a track meet where she ran the 3200. Wow. Wasn't so bad. The drive down, just to give you a sort of a general overview, the drive down got a little bit of a late start, and the girls had to tolerate me ranting and raving about the late start, almost all the way to Elkins, where we had booked a hotel. This was I'm going to call it a sponsored trip, unofficially. My daughter Marina had been wanting to get Pocahontas County off of her 55 county list for some time, and she found this race, and we were like, that's such a far trip to make. But some of the other Pocahontas races would conflict with some of our bigger races, like like the Marshall Marathon and things like that. So maybe not that specifically, but it was like some of the bigger races we like to go to. So we were like, no, we don't want to travel that far for a 5K. Well, one day she just came up to us and said, I'm going to pay for the trip, and we were like, okay. That's not really the issue, but it's more of a time thing than a money thing. But in any case, that sort of inspired us all to say, you know what, she really wants to do this. She's willing to pay for it. Good on her. We're going to go. So we did. We stopped in Elkins because it was just much more inexpensive than the places on the sort of other side of Elkins towards Snowshoe and Cass itself. And we stayed there and had a nice meal at one of the little buffet places. I managed to squeeze in just a mile because it was already getting dark. But the time we got there, got a little bit of food to eat, it was already just dusk. So I squeezed a mile in, just running up and down the road, sort of around the hotel and the general area. We got up about 5 in the morning to get out to Cass. It was about an hour and 15 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more because of the windy roads. Um, and we hit the little town there. It's a state park, of course, and it is really an impressive little town. The race itself was a small race. Emily and I were there more to support Marina than we were to go out there and go for PRs or, um, you know, try to win the race or anything like that. But funny thing was we kind of won the race, so there was that. Um, Everybody ran a really good race. It was my it's on the Greenbrier River Trail. A little warning to anybody that wants to run on that hasn't run on it. It uses like the crushed limestone or gravel stuff, but it's really thick. I mean, they spared no expense in pouring this stuff down, so it gives you the sensation of almost running on sand as you're running on it. It really tested my steering leg. Every time I would strike, it just kind of went every which direction. I'm really tight through that hip flexor after that race. There's nothing bad to say about the race. It's small. It doesn't garner a huge amount of attention, mainly because there are a lot of other bigger races going on at the exact same day. But it's fun. And Marina ran her race. She did very well, and she even got herself an age group award, and we were very proud of that. It's of course in the scenic railroad. There's the choo-choo train. There's the old country company store, souvenir shop type thing. There's a little restaurant. The race also had a dog division, so anybody that wanted to take their dog to this race, you could have entered into the dog division. It was neat. There was only one dog participating this year, but it was a lot of fun. Maddie, the dog that was participating, was very friendly, and everybody had a great time. The trip back was a long one, 3 hours, nearly 3 hours. We stopped at Bridgeport. On the way back, we needed a couple odds and ends from the grocery store, and I needed to crank out some more miles, just for my weekly average. I didn't do anything magnificent. I did a couple 30-minute sort of progressive runs on the treadmill. It was a big basketball, baseball thing, so I didn't want to go out into the big parking lot. There was a lot of traffic, so I just stayed on the treadmill. I mean, I'd already done about as good as I could for the day as far as a speed workout. The downside was my watch's heart rate monitor is completely just jacked now. It just seems to pick a heart rate and say, yeah, that's what you're doing today. I'm going to try to reset it again tonight, but I just need a new watch, and I don't want to spend the money right now. I want to save up a little bit longer, and I know that's not the best decision in the world, but I also need new shoes and some other things. So priorities. This was again a very fun race. I strongly recommend anybody that wants sort of just an out of the way, maybe take a long weekend and enjoy everything there. This would be a great place to do it. The Cass Scenic Railroad. It's called the Stump Run. Not 100% sure why it's called that, but I didn't ask. Met some new friends. Had some surprising, eclectic group of people from all over the state. I guess they vacation nearby at Snowshoe and things like that, and they just saw a race and they all jumped in on it. So again, fun times. I do enjoy this. I can big shout out to the guys who ran the Deckers Creek out and back. Big shout out. I mean, there was some really good times there. Mark Sutek, dude, man, that was an awesome run. And I mean, there was too many people to list. I just thought of Mark because he and I went running a couple weeks ago, and just had a good time out having we ran basically a half marathon at a sort of easy pace, and I know I would not be able to keep up with him on even that half marathon. I would even be, I would not even be close. So great job, guys. Um, Good job to Kevin Kaiser, who absolutely blew away the blue gray in Philippi today. My goodness. Um, he ran a sub 18 5K, and that course, from my experience, is not easy. That last climb before you cross the bridge nearly choked me out the year I did it. So, anyway, guys, I got a few items I'm just going to put up for you to look at. Some of the stats from today, things like that. Again, this wasn't we weren't going there to um, monkey stomp anything. We were just there to have fun, support my daughter. Emily wanted to support her sister, and Marina really seriously just wanted to be there. She was just happy to be there. So great job, everyone. We appreciate it. I appreciate the race director and the superintendent of the park. They did a great job. This is a really fun event. I'll say it again, if you get a chance, go do this one. And as I always say, guys, run angry, my friends.